Hi all of the elements of the 1937 pattern sets, there is probably none with a greater diversity of manufacturing techniques than the braces. Although the form and function of the braces was not changed, the way they were actually constructed did. To accommodate different manufacturers' capabilities, the braces were based on those used on a number of earlier Mills equipment sets and consisted of a pair of straps that connected the belt at the front and back, then went over the shoulders and supported the weight of the whole wearing set when worn. The design of the braces could be traced back to that of the Canadian 1913 pattern set, and the same design had been used on the 1919 and 1925. Amongst others, during the interwar period, they were designed with a 2-inch section where they passed over the shoulder before shrinking down to a 1-inch strap at either end, where they connected to the belt buckles at the rear and the top of the pouches at the front. The initial production was by Mills Equipment Company using their reduction weaving technique, which allowed the strap to be manufactured as one single piece, the webbing expanding over the shoulder and coming back in again afterwards. Unfortunately, very few companies had the machinery to produce webbing in this manner, so a number of alternatives were developed that attached the 1 and 2-inch sections together in a variety of ways. Altogether, there are 4 different techniques of the pieces attached. In 1943, November of 1943, the small piece of webbing attached to one end of the brace, which is about here, was dropped. The first technique was attached to the most common version, which I have here, as you can see. This was the most common version of brace. This involves stitching the 1-inch piece to either end of the 2-inch section, with the ends tucked under the corners of the 2-inch section are folded over at a 45-degree angle and then sewn down to make the tapered ends of the flared section. This 2-inch section was folded over at the ends, as you can see, and then the 1-inch was then sewn on top of that. These both are 44 dated, but by different manufacturers. This one's Finnegan's Limited. The second one was the wraparound, which is this one, similar to this one, where the flared section is manufactured with 2 tabs that are wrapped around the ends of the 1-inch section and then sewn down. As you can see here, the 2-inch section was wrapped around the 1-inch and then sewn. And again, this one's 44, but made by Mills Equipment Company. The third one was tubular. The entire strap is made as a piece of tubular flat material. The webbing is not joined together in the middle and stitched to create a flare, and then number 4 is pinched, and again a tubular piece of webbing is used for the flare, with the 1 inch section being inserted into each end and then sewn in. Thanks for watching.